Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks so much for joining in. I'm Deb Sofield, and this is Encouragement for Your Life. Many of you know I'm a national speaker, trainer, and coach, and I help people find their voice and learn to use it. I'm also a conference speaker on the topics of public speaking, presentation skills, how to deal with the media, and crisis communication. As we're coming into the new year, if you're part of a national conference and you need a keynote speaker, wow, I would love to be a part. You can find me at debsofield.com. I've got a number of great books on the market. Thank you for buying them for Christmas gifts. It was really wonderful to see those sales come through. So my book, Speak Without Fear, did very well this year, as well as my new one, Perfecting Your Platform. And I think you know that my radio show is in book form, about to be on Audible. We're still working on that. So you can check me out, debsofield.com, and you can find my books on Amazon. And then Speak Without Fear, Perfecting Your Platform are currently on Audible. All right, enough of a commercial. Here we go. My theme for today is a good one. And it used to be a very popular phrase back in the day. So let's make it popular again. And here it is. Carpe Diem, my friends. Seize the day. Make your lives extraordinary. I'm Deb Sofield. Thanks for spending these next few minutes with me. Let's get started with today's great show. I admit I can remember when the movie came out, and the theme today, Carpe Diem, seize the day, make your lives extraordinary. And of course, that's from the Dead Poets Society that starred the late, great Robin Williams. If you've been listening the last few weeks, you know I loosely talk about three themes: commitment, excellence, and action. When I started to write about these themes, I know you hear that from other people a lot, but as I kept learning, it seemed to unveil themselves as deeper than a one and done theme, and I should just move on. Because when you think about commitment, excellence, and action, I know it seems simple, but the truth is it is hard to master. And if you don't lay the groundwork to get it right the first time or the first 10 times, friend, it's hard to put into practice. That being said, once you do, I think it changes your life for the better. Dr. Steve Maraboli is famous for saying, "Your life begins to change the day you take responsibility for it." Yikes, let me say that one again. Your life begins to change the day you take responsibility for it. And I'll add that once you believe that you can do big things, it is amazing what will come your way in the new year. Now, here's the fact. You must be ready for it, or you'll miss the opportunity. Or you'll be so busy doing other things that you'll let it pass by because you've allowed busyness to fill your day instead of action. The one thing that never changes is the fact that it is up to you to make the choice in your amazing life to seize the day and make it yours. Okay, so let me remind you that if you're searching for that one person that'll change your life, friend, look in the mirror. You. Yes, you are the only one that can change your life. You are the only one who can make the decision to live like no one else so you can live the life you've imagined. I know I've spoken about this before, but let me remind you, friend, you must make a choice to take a chance or your life will never change. Yes, you must make a choice to take a chance or your life will never change. Now remember, you only take chances on things you know about. You don't put your family in harm's way. But some of you listening today, let me just be bold and say you need to choose to change directions, or you'll never have a chance to live the life that you've imagined. Please be wise, but don't be paralyzed by fear that you're afraid to step out of your current situation and take a chance on you. Take a chance on doing big things in your amazing life. Listen, if you don't make the choice to take a chance, your life will never change. And some of you listening today desperately need to make a change in your life. It's the new year. For most people, it's a clean slate. Just answer the question. Aren't you tired of seeing others do great things? Knowing that if you just muster the strength and have the faith and vision, you too could change the world. Friend, Carpe Diem, seize the day, for the days are short. I'm a big fan of Jim Rohn, and he said this: "Let others lead small lives, but not you. Let others argue over small things, but not you. Let others cry over small hurts, but not you. Let others leave their future in someone else's hands. Not you. Why? Because you need to seize the day and make your life extraordinary. You are the one who can make the changes in your life to make enough space for new opportunities to find a home. So, what new opportunities are you searching for? I love the quote from the late, great Dr. Martin. The golden opportunity you are seeking is in yourself. It's not in your environment. It's not in luck or chance or the help of others. It is in yourself alone. And I'll add, with the help of God. What I love about that reminder is that it is not on the outside of your life, my friends. It is on the inside. It is who you really are. Your core, your being, your belief in yourself. It is not luck or chance or even a helping hand. It's all on you to do the work, to make the plan, to push through the odds. And I will remind you, our friend, don't wait for extraordinary opportunities. Seize common occasions and make them as great as only you can do. Carpe Diem, my friend. Seize the day in this new year. You don't have to wait one more minute, one more hour, one more day, or any timeline that you have. What you have to do is be smart enough, wise enough, bold enough to seize the day and make it yours. Okay, so you may be thinking, Deb, slow down, and explain why this matters. Okay, well, it seems for most people that life just runs on ordinary time. Yeah. And if that's the case, then, my friend, you're letting the wind direct your sails and not harnessing the wind to take you to where you want to go. And unless you want to wreck on the rocks of life, I think you need to get on deck and set your sail for success. And that is why you must disrupt the flow of ordinary time so you can meet your own expectations and go where you want to go. Hey, listen, if you don't take control of your life, don't complain when others do. And trust me, they will if you don't set your boundaries large. Others will step in and fill the space or force you out of all that you have worked for. Friend, if you don't step up and take control, that is why it's important that you, yes, you, dear listeners, set your standards high for commitment, excellence, and action. Because these three will flow together and help you create your rock star amazing success on your own terms for your best life, your extraordinary life. And thinking about others, another Jim Rohn quote came to mind. If you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. Okay, that quote always makes me laugh. Just think what they have planned for you. Nothing, not much, because it's not their life. And you and I have friends, well, sort of friends, who don't really want us to succeed because it proves how, well, what a slacker they are. Okay, back to my point. I love today's phrase, Carpe Diem, seize the day. You know, I remember when the movie Dead Poets Society came out, oh my gosh, probably 100 years ago. And of course, it's the story of 7 young men who study at a renowned, strict, and conventional Welton Academy. But their life is molded by the 4 pillars of the school: tradition, honor, discipline, excellence. And everything is done to ensure that they walk in the footsteps of their parents and become bankers and doctors and lawyers. Everything seems to be working according to plan until they meet their new and very unconventional English teacher, John Keating, who tells them of the Dead Poets Society and encourages them to go against the status quo. And each in their own way, well, they do, and they are changed in life. See, the teacher encouraged them to seize the day, a Latin phrase which is taken from a poem in the Odes, Book 1, number 11, in 23 BC by the poet Horace. The phrase came into vogue after the movie for a few years, and now you rarely hear it. You probably see it on a t-shirt more than anybody actually writes it on paper, but it doesn't change the passion behind the idea that seizing the day is your best advantage to live a life that is full of your hopes and dreams that could come true. And the line in the movie that made the quote come alive for me was when Robin Williams, who plays Keating, said, "Make your lives extraordinary. Make your lives extraordinary." I like to think that seizing the day for many of us is twofold. M. Scott Peck said it best when he said, "Until you value yourself, you won't value your time. Until you value your time, you won't do anything with it." I talk a lot about valuing who you are, who you were born to be, and what your purpose is on this earth. And one of the reasons I do that is because too many people I know, well, they don't give life a second thought. Too many people I know accept what comes their way without thinking about what they really want in life. I hear it all the time when I'm out speaking. People stand in line to speak to me afterward, and they say, "But Deb," and I'm always like, seriously, you are standing in your own way. You have set up roadblocks. There is nobody saying no but you. So step aside, friend, and live the life you were born to live. Because so many people live ordinary life on ordinary time doing ordinary things. That breaks my heart. I mean, let's be honest, how pathetically sad is that so many people settle for an ordinary life and this extraordinary opportunity that you and I have been given. Friend, for goodness sakes, this year, seize the day. Make the most of your extraordinary life. Okay, so let me finish with a thought of valuing your time. I love the quote, "The trouble is, you think you have time." Carl Sandburg said it best, "Time is the coin of your life. It's the only coin you have, and only you can determine how it will be spent. Be careful, lest you let other people spend it for you." Yeah, be careful. Don't let other people spend it for you. You have choices today. Well, actually today and every day. But I want you to remember that only you can seize the day. Only you can make your life extraordinary. So I have to ask as your friend, why wouldn't you? Really, why wouldn't you? See, anything less would be a shame. And you, hear me, you are better than that. Much, much better. I just know it. And I want you to believe it. So carpe diem, my friend. Make your life extraordinary. I'm Deb Sofield. This is Encouragement for Your Life. Thank you for joining me here in the new year. Stay tuned. I'm going to come back with ways to make your life extraordinary. Stay tuned. I'll be right back after the break. Hi friends, Deb Sofield here. I'm a national speaker and an executive speech and presentations coach. I've been in the battlefield of politics and business for over 30 years. I know and understand how the game works. In today's marketplace, you don't have a choice. We're in the media age of Twitter, blogs, Facebook, and 24-hour news cycles. Either you move quickly and decisively to define your product, your company, or yourself, or others will define you. You can't afford to miss the mark because the public won't give you a second chance and the media is unforgiving, and YouTube will replay your remarks until you've been ground into dust. Whether it's crafting your message to protect you or your company, or putting you on camera to answer the questions that will resonate with reporters and the public, or preparing you for an interview, let me help you be successful. I'm Deb Sofield. Find me online at debsofield.com. That's debsofield.com. Welcome back. Let's go ahead and continue with my theme of Carpe Diem, seize the day, my friend. I came across an interesting article in Inc. magazine, and it was talking about what people regret the most before they die. And the fact is, everybody has regrets, but what are the few things that people looking back over their life say the most? It's an interesting article. The author is Lolly Daskal. She's the president and CEO of Lead From Within. And let me go ahead and read this somewhat edited article. It says this: life is full of choices, and many of them come with uncertainty. We can never know what might have been if we had chosen differently. No life will ever be completely clear of opportunity for regret, failed relationships, missed opportunities, poor judgment calls, Some choices seem easy at the time and later turn out to be poorly informed. Others, well, they're just difficult from the beginning. But some regrets are more fundamental, greater in scope. They tend not to focus on a single moment or area, but how a life is lived. And here are some potential regrets you need to make sure you're keeping away from. Number 1, I wish I'd spent more time with people I love. Oh goodness, it's easy to let that time slip away, but friend, once it's gone, you never get it back. Second one is, I wish I had worried less. Worry is just using your imagination to create things you don't want. I have to say, I love the verse in the Bible, don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow has enough troubles of its own. So we need to stop worrying. Number 3, I wish I'd forgiven more. It takes a strong person to say, I'm sorry. An even stronger person to forgive. So friends, in this new year, forgive and let go. Free yourself, for goodness sakes, from grudges and enjoy happiness instead of wasting it and or waiting for someone to apologize. Move on. I think the next one is interesting. The headline is, I wish I had stood up for myself. So that just reminds me to remind you, hey, stop allowing other people to bully you or silence you. Enough. Stand up for yourself, people. The next one was, I wish I had lived my own life. Spend your time now working on things you want to accomplish, or even try. Build a business, cultivate a great career, build a family, run a marathon, eat Krispy Kreme donuts. The greatest success lies in you living your life your way. Now, I gotta say, number 6 on this list surprised me, but it's, I wish I had been more honest. Isn't that interesting? And so it goes on to say, if you don't own up to your own truth, falsehood will ultimately end up owning you. Be honest, even if it's painful. The next, I wish I had worked less. You see this one on every list. Nobody's on their deathbed going, oh, I wish I had gone to the office. But the reality is, and especially in this economy, we are having to work more. But perhaps we can find that quiet time and celebrate and be with those we love. Number 8 is probably one I hear from most every young client I have. I wish I had cared less about what other people think. And the article says, stop wasting your moments on other people's opinion. Ultimately, they're opinions, and they usually are not in reality. Now listen, if somebody has positive things and they love you enough to make gentle changes, okay, but some people live their life on Facebook, or they just wait for people to tell them instead of stepping up to the plate and swinging for the fence. Number 9 on her list is, I wish I had lived up to my full potential. Ouch. But here's the fact. If you don't live up to your own aspirations, you're just hurting yourself. You don't want to live down to other people's expectations. There is no passion to be found in settling for a life that is less than what you're capable of living. The next point is, I wish I had faced my fears. Life is found in the distance between your deepest desire and your greatest fear. Remember, fear is temporary, but regret, that can last forever. I think the next one might be the most powerful one on the list, and it's this. I wish I had stopped chasing the wrong things. Now think about that. When you let wrong things go, you give right things a chance to catch up. That's a good one, my friends. Let's not forget that one in the new year. And then number 12 is one I think everybody says, I wish I had lived in the moment and make a difference. Carpe Diem, seize your day. Let's not have regret. Let's move forward with action. All right, little editing there, but I did like the article. And then I found another one in Life Hack, and it did talk about somewhat of the same things that most of these articles say over and over. Number 1, I wish I cared less about what other people thought. It's only when you realize how little other people are really thinking of you that you realize how much time you spent wasting your energy worrying about these people. Number 2, I wish I'd accomplished more. Hey, you don't have to win an Oscar, but you could build your business and do other things that will help you be the person you've always dreamed you would be. The third one is interesting. I wish I had told, it's a blank, how I truly felt. Or you could listen to a country music song. I'm just telling you, I think too many times we let really great opportunities to either say thank you, or I love you, or I'm sorry, or can we start again? But old pride hangs on. It's hard to humble ourselves. I get it. But this year, maybe you tell somebody how you truly feel. And then they go on to talk about standing up for yourself and following your passion. And then this is an interesting one. Somebody wrote, I wish my last conversation hadn't been an argument. Yikes, that one hurts. The truth is, life is short and you really never know when the last time you'll speak to somebody. So you might want to be kind, or maybe say nothing at all. And then the age-old, I wish I had lived in the moment. I wish I had worked less. I wish I had traveled more. And I wish I had trusted my gut rather than listening to everyone else. That's probably a hard one too, because, we try to accept advice from well-meaning people, but sometimes it just doesn't jive with what we're really feeling. So this year, let's trust how we feel. The next point is one that everyone starts the new year with. I wish I'd taken better care of myself. Premature health problems or aging always makes you wonder if maybe you had eaten healthier, exercised more, been less stressed, would you be having the aches and pains today? I don't know. I think it's tough out there. The next one is I wish I'd taken more risk. I wish I had more time. I wish I didn't worry so much. I wish I appreciated, and you fill in the blank, more. I wish I spent time with my family. And then the next one, I have to say, really, in a sense, convicts me. When I was young, I was very serious. Don't know why. I just felt like I had to be serious to get ahead. And now that I'm older and hopefully wiser, I wish I hadn't taken myself so seriously. I should have had a little bit more fun. I have a good time, don't worry, but yeah, oh well. I wish I'd done more for other people, and I wish I could have felt happier. That was the last two on that list. Kind of an interesting list when you think about it. I was going through on what are the things people, they regret, but they regret because they didn't seize the day. They didn't make today extraordinary. They let little things hold them back. And that was an article I found in lifehack.org. And there was things people regret before they die. And then before that one was an article from Inc. You have to admit, it is kind of interesting when you think about seizing the day and this new year, the opportunities that you've been given, if you will step up to the plate. Now, I can actually hear you through the radio saying, Deb, you just don't understand. I have a lot on my plate. I've got this. I've got that. I do hear you. I hear you clearly, but here's what I know. Some of you, I have a feeling you would really rather sit around and complain than get up and get going. Because listen, no offense, it's hard to get going. It is hard to make your life extraordinary if you do the same thing day after day after day. These past few weeks, I've been using this idea of commitment, excellence, and action. Because I think those are the three keys to a successful life. I just do. I think you seize the day, you live in a way that you are committed to doing what you say you will do. And whatever you do with excellence. But the truth is, you've got to get off the dime and get going. Otherwise, you don't seize the day, and today becomes like every other day. And friend, if that's the case, your life will not be extraordinary, and it should and could be. I believe that's what you were made for. That's my personal belief, that so many people live so far beneath whatever gift they've been given because you want to live safe. I get it. But boy, that can lead to a really boring life. So before I go on, let me just add a couple more things. Braveheart from the movie, every man dies, but not every man lives. We need to stop waiting and start living. Charles Bruxton, you will never find time for anything. If you want time, you must make it. I agree with that one. And then Stephen Covey, between stimulus and response, one has the freedom to choose. And I would say choose wisely, but friend, do something. Zig Ziglar, winning is not everything, but the effort to win is. So friend, bring your best to the table. And then Maurice Maeterlinck said, when we lose one we love, our bitterest tears are called forth by the memory of the hours when we loved not enough. I don't want to leave you with a sad one, but friends, some of you need to show, especially your elderly parents, that you do love and you do care for them. Just let your petty grievances go. They don't have the energy, and frankly, you should be an adult by now. Final one. As you grow older, you'll find the only things you regret are the things you didn't do. Zachary Scott. So live courageously, my friends. Seize the day. Make today count. Make today matter. And let's make it your best day ever. I'm Deb Sofield. You've been listening to Encouragement for Your Life. Thank you for joining me in the new year. Hang with me all year. We've got great messages and stories to lighten your load as you journey down this road. I'm Deb Sofield. I hope you have a great weekend. I look forward to connecting with you next time. Take care, everybody.